Hey everybody, PortlyPaladin here with another update. Updating you guys a little bit on what's been going on. I do have some good news. Good news is my mother-in-law is getting me a brand new scale that I'll be able to start using here soon. Should have it sometime today. So I still haven't weighed myself. So hopefully that'll come in a little bit later, and I can kind of start using that a little bit. I'm kind of excited. It looks to be a really nice scale, a little bit wider than the one I was using, a little more sensitive. Instead of just weighing whole pounds, it goes into the tens place. So I'll be able to do tenths of a pound as well. So that'll be kind of nice, give me a little bit more of an idea of where I'm at on things. Trying to think of what else. The biggest problem I'm having right now, I did going to change my line of thought there real quickly. So it just popped into my head. I did cancel my gym membership this morning. In a way, I'm not happy about it. I mean, it feels like I'm giving up, but at the same time, I know that I'm not giving up. It's just that it's just not feasible to do that right now. So I'm going to have to figure something else out, some other way of getting my exercise in and doing what I need to do in that regard. I did want to mention, I don't know if I mentioned this last time I did a video or not, but I did get a new app for tracking my points. It's called iBites. If you can see that there very well or not. But I believe it was like 99 cents. It might have even been free. I don't really remember. But it's going to help me keep track of my points. And now that I think about it, I do remember mentioning this last time. So ignore me on that one. So hopefully that'll come in handy and that'll work pretty well for things. I don't know, the biggest problem I'm having right now is the water issue. I've been starting to notice that I'm retaining water a lot. I mean, if you've been following my videos for a while, you'll remember that I mentioned at one point that my legs size fluctuates a lot here and there because I retain water. And they're really big right now, my legs are. And my wife even mentioned the other day that they're starting to look a little shiny, which they tend to do, I guess, when they get a little bit larger with the water, I guess, because the skin is stretching some. I think part of the problem with that is I'm not drinking nearly as much water as I used to. It's just kind of hard with the job that I do. I'm constantly on the phone with people. So I find the chance to take a sip few and far between, in between all these different calls. I am planning on working into to a bit of a routine with that. It's I'm a very habitual person. I don't know if anybody out there is like that or not, but I definitely am. I'm a very habitual person. If I start doing something often, then it works its way into my routine, and then I don't even think about it. I just do it. And when I wasn't working and I was at home, I was able to do that with the water because I was just, every time I would take a drink, I would just kind of, I don't know, just completely down, gulp it down instead of just taking a sip. Whereas now I've got to just sneak a sip, sneak a snip, sneak a snip, sneak a snick, whatever. Sneak a sip here, sneak a snip. What is with me? Sneak a sip here or sneak a sip there. There we go. I did it that time. Here and there like that. So now I'm thinking that I need to work it into my routine with every call that I make. Get a new account, pull up the phone number, dial the number, take a sip, move on with my information, my call. Do that every single time, then I think I'm going to drink more water more often. Another problem I think with the water that I'm having right now is, I know it's a problem, it's not even a thought, is the last almost 3 days in a row I forgot to take my morning batch of vitamins and medicines. One of those is a water pill that I have to take for blood pressure, and helps me flush my system. And since I haven't taken that, or hadn't taken it, I should say, in like 3 days, I did take it this morning. That's definitely contributing to the issue with me retaining water. So now that I'm back on that, starting to take it again, and hopefully I won't forget. I'm not sure why I kept forgetting, but now that that's taken care of, that issue, and then I'll hopefully get the water issue taken care of, drinking water. Hopefully that'll help flush my system and get some of this water weight gone off of me. Because I have been feeling a little bit bloated lately. I mean, clothes are feeling a little bit more snug than I'm used to, things like that. So I'm going to attribute all of that to the water gain. So I'm hoping that that's what it is. And once I start working this out and flushing the system, it'll hopefully work a bit better. Outside of that, I don't really have a whole lot to report on this week, except that William, who is a host of one of the podcasts I listen to, who has commented on a few of my videos here recently. I want to just talk about him for a minute. I definitely want to say thank you to him, because he was mentioning on his podcast that he hosts that he has a series of things that he has done before for his kids, where when they were younger, he would have them watch videos of people that he sort of respected and admired for their values and the way that they lived their lives, as something like a way for them to do the same thing, to model themselves after. And now his kids are a little older to be doing things like that. But he had mentioned recently on his podcast that after watching my videos, that if he was still doing something like that, he would be doing that with my videos and having them watch mine, as something again for them to kind of model themselves after, the way that people do things. So I really appreciate that. That really makes me feel good about what I'm doing. Kind of validates what I'm doing in a lot of ways. I'm really hoping that his other co-host Tony will start watching the videos. He seems to be doing great without any sort of feedback or anything like this, or watching videos like mine. He's always talking about how he's been losing weight, exercising. He recently threw out his back, so he was having some issues there. So he wasn't having a chance to do quite as much as he had been doing before. But yeah, so he's doing well. Now, speaking of this podcast, it is the Magical Talking Hat podcast at themagicaltalkinghat.com. It's a great podcast. They have a really good format, really interesting format that I really enjoy. The format is basically like the two guys. They have a magical hat of talking that checks its own email, which is themagicaltalkinghat@gmail.com. And people that listen send questions to this email address. The hat scribes those questions onto a 3x5 card. Sorry, a half of a 3x5 card. Then the hosts will draw one of these cards out, usually one or 2 to 3, depending on the length of the question. And they'll talk about the questions until they get bored and they give up on the question, and then they'll move on. It's a pretty good podcast. I think it's really underrated. A lot of people aren't listening. I guess just they're not getting the word out very well. But it's a good podcast. You guys should check it out. Again, that's the Magical Talking Hat at themagicaltalkinghat.com. So go check that out. I bring it up because I do have a pretty tenuous but decent connection with the podcast. I do voice, do some voiceover for their intro and outro to the podcast. I'd done it almost most of their episodes, not all of them. There's a few where I didn't have anything, but I mean they're well over 100. They're over 100 episodes now, and of those 100, I think I've done maybe 90 of the episodes, or probably more. I'm not really sure. And I know that William is an author, so go out there and check out his books. I believe his pen name is Clinton J. Hawk. I'm not sure if I'm correct on that, but I believe I'm correct. And he, along with, I believe, his goddaughter, are writing a script right now for an audio drama that he is looking for voice actors for. I'm hopefully going to do a role or two. He's currently in the process of editing that script. By the way, William, I am done. I just finished the script last night. I've been reading it every night before I go to bed. I will be giving you some feedback on that soon. I do like it. There are a couple roles in there that I think would be good for. Maybe the announcer. Basically a couple of the princes. Pretty much whatever you want me to do, I'm willing to do it. But I don't think there's a single male role in the game, or in the script, that I don't think I could bring something to. So I'll leave pretty much that to you. But I'll get more in depth back to you on that one when I get a chance to. But yeah, when that comes out, I'm probably going to tell you guys about it so you can check it out once we're done recording it. He's looking for, like I said, some voice people, some Foley artist type people with sound effects and things like that. So if you have any questions or any issues or any, I guess not really issues, but anything regarding that, just let me know and I'll point you in the right direction. If you have some issues or have any questions about the podcast, shoot me a message and I'll let them know. You can email me at theportlypaladin@gmail.com if you have any questions about any of that sort of thing or any questions about anything, period. I'm very open and honest, as you can probably tell with these videos. So if you're having any issues in your own life regarding any sort of weight loss or any sort of program, or if you're interested in just kind of talking on a more one-on-one basis with me about my struggle or your struggle or maybe something that's related to you, you can again reach me at theportlypaladin@gmail.com. If you're interested in seeing just about my daily life, you can follow me on Twitter at Sirguido1, SIRGUIDO1 on Twitter. I guess that's pretty much me. Like I said last week, I pretty much just do this mostly for me, but I'm doing it for people out there. Last time I said I was doing it for people out there that were like me, that were looking to lose weight. But honestly, I'm doing this for a lot of people. Honestly, if you know somebody that's going through the same thing that I'm going through, and struggling and fighting to lose weight, and you kind of want to see where they're coming from, that's another reason why I do these videos. If you have a friend or a family member that you wish would do something like this to try to help themselves, but you don't know how to convince them of it or show them that it works, that's what I'm here for. So, that's pretty much it in a nutshell. We're almost at 15 minutes, so I'm probably just going to pretty much leave this there and move on. But yeah, if you have any questions at all about anything, please email me. It's getting to the point to where I'm kind of running out of things to talk about every week. If you haven't noticed, my videos have become a little bit shorter here and there because of that. I really don't know what else to talk about. I don't really know what you guys want me to talk about. Don't know what kind of questions you might have. So if you have anything at all, please let me know. Put it in the comments. Send me an email. If you're, fine putting in the comments, do it there, and I'll still get it. If you'd rather not put it out there publicly like that, and you'd rather just send me an email, that's fine too. Go for it. Or send me a Twitter. Whatever you want to do. I'm cool with it. So, anyway, until next time, keep waging a war against your waistline. I am your Portly Paladin. Have a good one, guys.